Bismillahir Rahmanir Raheem. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. Was salatu was salamu ala Sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'in. My dear brothers and sisters, in this life, there will come a time when Allah asks you to let go. It might be a person, a relationship, a plan, or a dream you held on to tightly. Sometimes it will feel painful, as though something inside you is breaking. But remember this truth: when Allah removes something from your life, He is not punishing you, He is preparing you. When He tells you to let go, He's making room for something better, something that your heart cannot yet see. Today's reminder is titled, Let Them Go. Focus on yourself and trust Allah. This message is for anyone who has ever loved deeply and lost, who has been left behind, misunderstood, or disappointed. It's for the hearts that keep trying to fix others while forgetting to heal themselves. So let us reflect together on how to move forward with strength, with faith, and with peace, trusting that Allah's plan is always greater than our pain. Sometimes the hardest thing to understand is why Allah takes certain people out of our lives. Maybe you thought they would stay forever. A friend, a partner, a loved one, a companion. But suddenly they distance themselves, betray you, or simply disappear. In that moment, it feels like your world has fallen apart. You question, why me? Why now? What did I do wrong? But the truth is, Allah sees what you cannot see. He hears what you do not hear. He knows what your heart does not yet understand. When Allah removes someone, it's not always a loss, it's protection. There are people who might have been harmful to your soul, even if you didn't realize it. Some connections drain your peace, distract you from Allah, or pull you away from your purpose. But because Allah is our Rahman, the most merciful, He intervenes even when it hurts. Think about Prophet Abraham's AS. When he was thrown into the fire, it looked like destruction. But in reality, Allah was preparing a miracle. The fire became cool and peaceful for him. Similarly, when something burns in your life, when someone walks away, don't rush to call it a loss. Sometimes that fire is the beginning of peace. Every separation carries a hidden wisdom. Allah may remove a person to give you space to grow, to bring you closer to Him, or to show you that your worth was never dependent on human love. It is only through detachment that we realize how attached we were to the creation rather than the Creator. And until you let go of what's temporary, Allah will not replace it with what's eternal. Letting go is not giving up. It's handing over. It's saying, why? Allah? I don't understand this now, but I trust you. It's releasing control and surrendering your pain to the one who knows what your heart needs even before you do. When someone walks away or when life forces you to let go, your first instinct is to chase, to fix, to explain, or to question. You replay every moment in your mind, searching for what went wrong. But healing begins not when you run after what's gone. Healing begins when you turn inward and focus on what remains, you and your relationship with Allah. Every loss in this life is an invitation to return home. Home to your soul, home to your purpose, home to the one who never leaves. Because when people leave, it's not the end of your story, it's the beginning of your transformation. You see, Allah sometimes removes people to teach you what only solitude can reveal. Who you are without them, and how deeply you need Him. In those quiet moments when the noise of the world fades and the ache of separation feels heavy, that's when the heart becomes soft enough to hear the whisper of guidance. That's when you begin to see what Allah wants to teach you. Self-awareness, patience, resilience, and most importantly, tawakkul, trust in Him. Redirecting your focus doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you stop exhausting yourself trying to fix what Allah Himself is unraveling. It means you stop begging people to stay when Allah is gently pulling them away for your protection. Instead, you pour that energy back into yourself, into your faith, your healing, your growth, your purpose. Focus on becoming the kind of person who even when everything falls apart, still stands strong because their heart is anchored to Allah. Focus on your spiritual growth. Strengthen your salah. Recite Quran with meaning. Speak to Allah in the depths of your night. Let every tear that falls become a form of dua. Let every moment of silence become a conversation with your Lord. When you focus on yourself through the lens of faith, you realize that healing is not about forgetting. It's about learning. Allah allows pain not to break you, but to wake you. Every hardship is designed to shape you into a stronger believer, a wiser soul, and a purer heart. It's through the cracks in your heart that His light enters. Start small. Begin each day with gratitude. Remind yourself of who you are when no one else is around. A servant of Allah, chosen and loved by Him. Take care of your soul as you would a fragile flower, with patience, with kindness, with understanding. Surround yourself with dhikr instead of distraction, with Quran instead of comparison, with dua instead of despair. And most importantly, stop measuring your worth by who values you and who doesn't. The only validation that matters is from the one who created you. When you learn to find peace in your own company, when your heart is at rest in remembrance of Allah, you become free. You no longer depend on others for happiness because your joy flows from a source that never dries up, the love of Allah. So when Allah takes someone out of your life, use that moment not to fall apart, but to rebuild, redirect your focus, heal, grow, reflect. Because Allah never takes without giving, and sometimes what He gives in return is a stronger, purer, more peaceful version of you. One of the hardest lessons you'll ever learn is to trust Allah's timing. We live in a world where we want everything now, instant results, instant clarity, instant healing. But Allah's plan doesn't follow our clocks. He is never early, never late, always perfectly on time. When you truly internalize this, your heart begins to rest even when life doesn't go according to your plans. There will be moments when you feel like your prayers are unheard. You'll ask, why hasn't Allah answered me yet? You'll cry in sujud, wondering when the relief will come, when the pain will end, when the doors will open. But what you may not realize is that the delay itself is an answer. Sometimes Allah delays not to deny you, but to prepare you. Because if He gave you what you wanted too soon, it might break you instead of build you. Every delay is a divine arrangement, a lesson in patience, a test of faith, and an opportunity to strengthen your relationship with your Creator. You see, Allah doesn't just look at your dua, He looks at your heart when you make it. He sees whether you're asking from a place of faith or desperation, whether you trust His plan or just demand your own. When you trust Allah's timing, you begin to see the beauty in waiting. You begin to realize that sometimes the delay is protecting you from what's harmful or redirecting you towards something far better. Imagine the pain of losing someone only to discover later that their absence saved your heart. Imagine being denied an opportunity only to later understand that Allah was guiding you towards something greater. The Prophet said, "Know that what has passed you by was never meant to befall you, and what has befallen you was never meant to pass you by." This means that every closed door, every missed chance, every goodbye, all of it is written. And what is written for you will never miss you, no matter how long it takes. Trusting Allah's timing means releasing the illusion of control. It means saying, "Why Allah? I don't know why this is happening, but I trust that you do." It means choosing sabr, patience over panic, and tawakkul, trust over tears. It means understanding that Allah's plan is written with wisdom beyond your understanding. And here's the truth. When Allah finally gives, He gives in ways that leave you speechless. He replaces your pain with peace, your confusion with clarity, your heartbreak with healing. The same heart that once cried over what was lost will one day thank Him for not giving it. You will look back and say, "Alhamdulillah for every no that led me to a better yes." So don't let the delay shake your faith. Let it strengthen it. Don't let unanswered prayers make you doubt. Let them deepen your trust, because the waiting period is not wasted time. It's sacred time. It's the season where Allah is teaching you reliance, humility, and surrender. Remember, flowers don't bloom the moment they're planted. Rain doesn't fall the moment clouds gather. And hearts don't heal the moment they're broken. Everything takes time. But when Allah decides it's your time, nothing can stop what's written for you. So breathe, trust, and keep walking. The delay is not a punishment, it's preparation. And when the time is right, you'll see how beautifully Allah connects every broken piece. Exactly when you're ready, there comes a time in life when silence becomes your greatest form of strength. Not every battle is meant to be fought with words, and not every wound needs to be explained. Sometimes, peace is not found in winning arguments, but in walking away with dignity. When Allah removes someone from your life, or when people misunderstand you, the best response is not always to defend yourself. It's to remain silent and protect your peace. We live in a time where everyone feels the need to prove something, to be understood, to be heard, to be right. But not every heart can understand you, and not every ear deserves access to your pain. Silence, when used with wisdom, is not weakness. It is trust. It's saying, why Allah? You know my truth, you know my intentions, and you will defend me in ways I cannot. The Prophet A said, whoever believes in Allah and the last day should speak good or remain silent. Silence is not about retreating from the world. It's about protecting your soul from unnecessary noise. Because when you allow too many voices into your life, opinions, criticism, gossip, you start losing the sound of your own peace. When you begin to focus on your inner world rather than the chaos around you, you start to find clarity. You realize that not everyone deserves a reaction, not every rumor deserves a response, and not every attack deserves your energy. You begin to understand that silence is a form of sabr, patience, and patience is a form of strength. There's a type of peace that comes when you stop trying to fix how others see you. When you say, why Allah? I don't need them to understand me. I just need you to guide me. That's when you truly free yourself. The moment you stop explaining yourself to people, you start explaining your heart to Allah. The moment you stop seeking validation from the world, you start feeling content with His approval alone. And this silence, this sacred stillness, becomes the space where your heart heals. You begin to listen to your soul, to understand your emotions, and to connect deeply with your Creator. In silence, you find the strength to forgive without confrontation, to move on without closure, and to love again without bitterness. Protecting your peace doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you stop allowing things that disturb your spiritual calm. It means choosing to respond with dua instead of anger, with gratitude instead of resentment, with trust instead of fear. It means walking away not because you are weak, but because you value your connection with Allah more than winning worldly battles. The world will always have noise, criticism, negativity, misunderstandings, but your peace is sacred. Protect it. Guard it. Don't let the opinions of others shake what Allah has placed in your heart. Because at the end of the day, the only one who truly knows your story, your pain, and your intentions is Allah. And when you learn to remain silent, trusting that Allah will speak for you through your peace, through your growth, and through your actions, that's when you've reached a level of strength that no one can take away from you. Silence isn't emptiness, it's filled with divine protection and unseen strength. It's where your heart finally whispers, I am at peace because I trust Allah. After the storm, after the heartbreak, after the loss, there always comes a moment when Allah calls you to rise again, to rebuild, to walk forward with faith, even when the path ahead feels uncertain. Moving on isn't just about leaving people or pain behind. It's about rediscovering who you are in the light of Allah's mercy. It's about realizing that even in what you've lost, there is something greater waiting for you, something Allah prepared with love and precision. When you truly trust Allah, you stop chasing what's gone and start preparing for what's coming. You begin to see that every ending was written not to break you, but to build you. That every disappointment was a divine redirection, not rejection. You start walking lighter because you understand that the one who took something away is the same one who can replace it with something far better. Rebuilding after loss isn't easy. The nights of crying, the silent prayers, the ache that lingers in the heart, they all leave marks. But those marks become the very signs of your strength. You start to realize that Allah was never punishing you, He was purifying you. Every tear that fell, every door that closed, every betrayal that shook you, all of it was part of your transformation. You cannot reach the next stage of your soul's journey if you are still holding on to the weight of yesterday. When Allah tells you to let go, it's not because He wants to deprive you. It's because He wants to free you. To free you from attachments that keep you dependent on people instead of Him. To free your heart from the illusions that distract you from your purpose. He is teaching you that peace isn't found in what you hold on to. It's found in what you release for His sake. So, take a deep breath. Step forward, even if it's trembling. Begin again. Not because everything is clear, but because you trust the one guiding you through the unknown. When you move with tawakkul, complete trust in Allah, your steps are never wasted. Even if the path looks uncertain, even if you stumble, even if it takes time, Allah sees your effort, your sincerity, your struggle, and He promises that for every pain endured with patience, there is reward beyond measure. The key to moving forward is surrender, not giving up, but giving into Allah's wisdom. It's saying, "Why Allah? I don't understand, but I trust you. I don't see the way, but I know you do." That surrender becomes your peace. It becomes your protection. And in that surrender, your heart begins to rebuild stronger, purer, softer, more alive. And one day, you'll look back and realize the pain you thought would destroy, you actually became the reason you came closer to Allah. The heartbreak you thought would end, you actually opened the door to something beautiful. A deeper connection with your Creator, a stronger sense of purpose, a calm heart anchored in divine love. So keep walking, keep praying, keep believing that your story isn't over. It's just beginning again, this time with Allah at the center of your heart. Because when you rebuild with faith, everything that follows is filled with barakah, peace, and purpose. And that's the secret. Allah never takes without giving back better. You just have to trust long enough to see it. Bismillahir, Rahmanir, Raheem. Alhamdulillah, my dear brothers and sisters, as we come to the end of this reminder, why I want you to take a deep breath and reflect. How many times have we held on to people, moments, and memories that Allah has already written to leave us? How many times have we fought to keep something that was never meant to stay? Yet even in that pain, even in that letting go, Allah was guiding us toward peace, toward growth, toward Him. Sometimes Allah removes certain people or things not to harm us, but to heal us. He sees what we cannot. He hears the conversations we never heard. He knows the intentions we never saw. So when He takes something away, trust that it's not the end. It's the beginning of something purer, something filled with barakah. Letting go does not mean you've failed. It means you've finally chosen peace. It means you've placed your trust not in the creation, but in the Creator. You've stopped begging people for love that was never meant to last, and you've turned instead to the one whose love never fades. So focus on yourself, not in arrogance, but in spiritual healing. Spend time nurturing your heart with dhikr, your mind with Quran, and your soul with prayer. Stop chasing people who don't see your worth. You are already loved by the one who created love itself. You are already chosen by the one who never forgets His servants. Every tear you've cried, every heartbreak you've endured, every door that has closed, it all carried divine wisdom. Allah has never forgotten you. He's been holding you all along, waiting for the day you would stop clinging to the temporary and return to Him with a whole heart. So, from this moment forward, walk with peace. Walk knowing that Allah is your protector, your comforter, and your healer. When you lose something for His sake, He replaces it with something eternal. When you let go, He fills the space with His light. My dear brothers and sisters, no one who has ever trusted Allah has been disappointed. Not one. So surrender your heart, release your pain, and whisper from your soul, "Wa Allah, I trust you with what I've lost, and I trust you with what's coming." That trust will bring you peace in ways nothing else can. May Allah heal every broken heart listening to this reminder. May He fill your life with tranquility, and may He grant you the wisdom to let go of what weighs you down and hold on only to Him. Jazakallahu Quran for being here today, for opening your heart to reflection, and for seeking closeness to your Lord. Remember, healing begins when you stop chasing what's gone and start walking with faith toward what Allah has planned. Until next time, keep your heart soft, your tongue busy with dhikr, and your trust anchored in Allah alone. Wa assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi subhanallahil azim. Fayamanillah, and thank you for listening. And yes, it hurts, but pain in the path of Allah is never wasted. Every tear you cry, every moment of loneliness, every silent prayer, they are all seen, they are all recorded, and they are all answered in ways you cannot yet imagine. So when Allah tells you to let them go, do not cling to what He's removing, because if you hold on too tightly, you might miss the beauty of what He's sending next. Allah never leaves an empty space in the heart of a believer. If He takes away something you love, it is only to replace it with something far greater, a peace that comes not from people, but from Him.